Hi guys, just Tim from 2JP Auto and 4x4. For those people that don't know, we do a lot of GVM GSM upgrades here at 2JP Auto now, and we also have an in-house weighbridge. And it does corners, axles, not just one big weighbridge. And every vehicle that comes through our shop every day, even if it be for a service, goes over a safety stop tester and is weighed as part of that process. It tests the suspension, shocks and brakes, but it also takes corner weights of the vehicle as it goes over it. And this conversation is about Bunk caravans. I'll do another one about separate vehicles in a minute, but Bunk caravans, we get a lot of phone calls from customers wanting GVM, GSM upgrades, and they have Bunk vans on order, or have just got one and they haven't weighed anything yet. And the big thing we're seeing is high tear weights of the 2,900 kilo mark, which isn't uncommon for a 22 foot, 23 foot Bunk van. So they're coming in with a 2,900 kilogram tear weight. Now that tear weight is normally taken without some accessories. It doesn't include water, doesn't include gas, doesn't include any of your gear. And they're having and then they'll have a 3,500 kilogram ATM, which is the maximum weight of the van, 3.5 ton. And they think, okay, I've got 600 kilos to play with, that's heaps. The problem is it's not. And I just want to give you a background is I caravan, I've got kids, I've been through this process with different vehicles of myself and others. And depending on what you're using the van for, it can be a real issue. If you're in Tassie and you're only planning to do weekends or a couple of weeks here and there, it's probably fine. But what we're getting is phone calls from people that are planning to do a mainland trip, 12, 18 months, 2 years down the track, and they've got this van with that set up and they've got kids, 2 kids, 10, 12, 13, something like that. And they've got 600 kilos of payload in the van. Now, the big problem straight up is that most Bunk vans should, if they don't, have at least 200 litres of water on board, fresh water. So straight away, you're at 3,100 kilograms on the way to your van. Now, most Bunk vans, people are going to put things like bike racks on or toolboxes and things like that for their kids. You've got the kids' other gear and equipment themselves. So you've got 400 kilos just after you put the water on. Now you might think that's plenty, but telling you from experience, it's plenty if you're in Tasmania for a couple of weeks, but if you're planning to travel the country, 400 kilos of payload for 2 adults and 2 children isn't enough. So generally what I'll say to people is seriously, if your van has been ordered and not built yet, seriously consider asking the manufacturer to change a vehicle to a 4,000 kilo ATM. It gives you more payload, and from personal experience, that's usually plenty. Obviously, the big problem is then tow vehicles for this sort of situation, which I will do another video on and post it up as well about ideal towing vehicles for Bunk caravans these days with those sort of heavy 2,900 kilo tears. Thanks, guys.